Ace Podcast.
You're listening to Super Co-op Squad, episode 35. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the Super Co-op Squad video game podcast. I am one of your hosts, Johnny Mack, and I'm joined here today and always with my fellow host and friends, Garrett Laney.
Well, howdy.
And Joshua Gerard.
We ride together, we die together.
Well, we'll ride together. I don't know
Super Co-op Squad for life.
I don't know about the dying part, but I'll ride with you as far as you get to the dying part.
You think this is a fucking game?
All right, guys. Well, we're the Super Co-op Squad, and we love video games, we love movies, we love everything pop culture. And every week we sit down to discuss the latest and greatest in gaming news, announcements, movie reviews, anything that just pretty much piques our interest. And we'll discuss that with you and have a little bit of fun. We'll have some laughs and some trivia and some just little games to pad the time and enjoy ourselves and hopefully give you some enjoyment as well. Before we start this week, as we do every week, this is your spoiler warning. If there are things that you don't want to know about, things that you'd rather stay in the dark on, or things that you just don't care to listen to, check out our show notes. There will be a link to that in the details and description of this episode. You can go ahead and look at this timestamps, and you can see what our topics are going to be, and skip past things that you don't want to listen to. That website will be available in the details and description once again for you. Other than that, if you're good to go, then we're good like we always are, and we're going to get started. This week we had some fun trying to figure out some topics. A lot of the E3 news. We'll soon stop saying E3. There's still a lot of that, but we want to get away from some of that cutting edge game stuff and just talk about fun topics for us. So we'll be getting into an opinion piece later on in the show about must play titles. Do they exist? And if they do exist, if there are games that you should play, what games and what criteria are those? We'll be discussing the fact that the Han Solo film lost its director and a new director has jumped into place and what that might mean for Star Wars. To start things off, though, we'll be getting into some announcements from Blizzard. So Blizzard has announced that there's going to be an overhaul to its loot-based systems in both Overwatch and Hearthstone.
I'm doing a golf clap right now.
Yeah, so this is, I think, good news for most. This is pretty much going to focus on gamers having more variety and less duplicates when opening loot boxes, while also not decreasing the amount of in-game currency players receive. Most of the duplicate item people just kind of sold off for in-game currency for some of that kind of stuff. Garrett, you are an avid Overwatch player. At least you were for a time. You've kind of fallen off of your Zelda stuff.
Well, Zelda and Injustice came out. What am I supposed to do?
Then you can do. Clone yourself. But how do you feel about this? And was it a problem beforehand?
Yes, it was a problem. It got to the point where there's both like video and just pictures and of other players opening up a loot box, getting the epic gear. You'll see like 4 epics come out, like never been seen before. Amazing stats. They got money or in-game currency. They got probably a skin they already had before, and then they actually got 2 of the same skins in that same box. Ridiculous.
Yeah, I could see that sucking pretty hard.
Like, and it's not even like okay, I got a duplicate. Well, at least whenever you get a duplicate, you also get in-game currency. You get money. It's not even like I got a duplicate. Okay, at least I got 500 credits or whatever. It's like, you got 20 or 250.
Right, and 20 doesn't get you very far because how much is one loot box?
So you can't buy loot boxes on their own. Well, not with in-game currency.
Okay, well, how much is each like regular item?
So for like a costume, it's like maybe $750 for like a generic one.
Right, so getting 20...
those epic ones, those real nice ones, those are 3,000.
So getting 20 in-game currency is nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Okay. So, I know you don't play Overwatch, Joshua, but I mean, as far as loot crates and loot boxes and that system, is this a good thing or is this a bad thing?
Now we're talking about specifically in a game, or we're talking about loot crates in real life
let's
too?
Expand it for you, because you don't play Overwatch, but you do play a lot of games that have loot-based systems. Mm-hmm. Is it ever a problem with the fact that you can't get rares or exotics and you kind of get the same garbage again and again?
Yes and no. It really depends on the game you're playing, because if you play a game like Borderlands, there's so much variety that you're more than likely going to come into a rare item, whether it be purple, orange, and that's, the high tier as far as rarity. But whether it be real life loot crates or other smaller titles like Overwatch, I know a lot of people that play it. It is unfair for the fact that it's very limited, and the chance of getting a duplicate or something that you don't care about is very high when you don't have as much variety in there. So yes, it is a problem in that case.
And I just want to jump in real quick. It's not really fair, in my opinion, to blame the game developers, or at least blame Blizzard for this. People are playing Overwatch nonstop. You're getting loot boxes every time you level up. You are going to get the same stuff.
Yeah, even in their announcement, they made the point to say that there will still be duplicates for that exact reason. If you play the game enough, there's just not enough. Like I think their statement was, there's not infinite items.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
the more you play, the more the same thing you're going to get.
Right, because you've unlocked everything
Exactly.
essentially. You know what? I don't think it was a problem, to be honest, that there were so many duplicates. In the fact that it's not something that's infinite. You're gonna run out. So if you want everything, you got to play, to get it.
Yeah.
I just like the fact that it was not, and it's still not a system where it changes the amount of like difficulty and competitiveness. There's nothing attached to these loot boxes that make the game better or worse for you. So it's okay that you get duplicates. I could see, for me, it would be a problem if, like for Injustice 2, if I get a ton of crappy duplicates over and over and over, and I can't compete with people who have better gear than me because their gear is superior to mine as far as their character's ability, that would be a problem for me. But this doesn't seem like a big problem, but it is a nicety they're doing for their community.
Well, I don't want to. I do agree with you. It's much more severe of a case when you're dealing with stats and in-game mechanics and stuff like that. Everything that Overwatch does is just cosmetic, strictly cosmetic. But all you're doing when you're playing that game is you're striving to become better, to level up. When you level up, you get a loot box. It's gonna have. There's nothing else. It's play the game, get a loot box, and if your loot box is just here's 20 credits. That's not as fun. What are you striving towards other than just playing the game?
Right. No, I agree. I don't think this is going to change too much for them, to be honest. And no, I think it'll change the satisfaction their player base gets, but it's not going to change what players are playing. Ultimately, like I think that Overwatch has their install base and it's a large one, but no one's going to flock to or away from Overwatch for this reason.
For this announcement, no. But what is going to happen is with this announcement, people will be purchasing more loot boxes.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, if you have a better chance to get items. As a matter of fact, it's not in our notes here, but I think they also mentioned that there's going to be a system where every X amount of boxes, I think it's 10 or 12 boxes you buy, if you didn't get an exotic or whatever they're called, you will get one every 10 or 12 boxes.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
That would make it more fair.
I don't know if this came up later on in the notes, but I just want to announce that the Heroes of the Storm skins are now available in standard loot boxes. You can only get those skins by playing Heroes of the Storm and linking your account. Now they are available in loot boxes.
That's cool.
Yeah. So kind of the larger discussion to add to this announcement from Blizzard with their two games of loot boxes is kind of the loot system in general. We've discussed it a little bit in previous episodes, but this is going to be a little bit more in depth. So a lot of games are adding loot boxes. Injustice 2, For Honor, Call of Duty, Gears of War, Tekken 7, multiple sports titles. Every game is jumping on this trend, and I see, I'm sure you guys see it too. Many, many more are going to continue to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a fad that's going to die? Is this a trend that's going to stay? Is this now just an integral piece to gaming? For my part, I think this is here to stay. I mean, we've seen mobile titles just run rampant with microtransactions, and they can't get away with the same crap and tomfoolery they do in mobile games where like it's it's a paywall to pay to win. They can never do that, but this is their version of that. It's the cosmetic side, sure, but it's still important to gamers for their own identity and their characters and diversity a little bit. Do I want it to stay? Kind of no, to be honest. I feel it pulls away from just the gameplay. So the focus now is not about playing the game and just enjoying that. The focus now is kind of pulled away towards, how much cool loot do I get?
I would argue that could be the game right there. Some people just want to collect stuff and open up loot boxes.
Yeah, you're right. There's for some people that would be something good. For me, it's not. But yeah. Joshua, what do you think, man?
Yeah, but that's the thing. The whole point of loot boxes in many games and even in real life scenario where you have loot crates, you are essentially blind picking a prize and you're like, what is in it? What do I get? What do I get? And that collector factor, that shock and wow factor of like, oh, this is a cool skin, this is a cool game or a cool toy. That's what drives people to this addiction where I wonder what else is out there. I wonder what other cool things I can get especially in a game where there's a lot of skins and weapons and, exotics and, things, whether it be Overwatch or something like Destiny. You're like, what else is there? You see a cool skin or upgrade in Injustice. You're like, whoa, the stats on this are ridiculous. I got this cool like cowl for Batman with them white glaring eyes.
So you do like this as a trend?
As a trend, I think it's okay. I want to say I like it where it's in every single game, but I do like the fact that it gives you options to explore, kind of adds more replayability because you have a somewhat end game to try to get something else that may be cool. And I like that. Do I think this is a fad? Of course. Will it die? I don't think it's going to die.
I don't think so. No.
At any time soon.
Just because I don't think I fully answered the question. I do think it's here to stay. The loot system. I do actually kind of like it. It doesn't affect it doesn't affect me negatively. I get to play a game that I already enjoy playing, and I get to get cool stuff while I'm playing it.
Another thing I want to add is what a lot of people maybe don't see or realize, that every game that has this loot system, it's somewhat dynamic to the game. Like if you have Overwatch, you're like, cool, I get this box to get a skin. Destiny, I get a skin for my weapon. Yes, it's the same concept, but it's different based on what you're playing. Like Mass Effect 3 multiplayer had loot boxes. If you ever played the multiplayer, and you're always getting a different type of weapon that has a different power up, not necessarily skins, but it did affect the gameplay. And, for that game it was co-op multiplayer, not, one-on-one.
Yeah.
So it added a fun factor to it because now it changes your strategy on how you play that specific game. And, I think that is, good to stay for a lot of games.
So the thing I think about the most when it comes to these loot boxes, and how it's changed the industry is Gears of War. With Gears of War 2 and Gears of War 3, you could pay, I don't know, 20 or 30 bucks, and it would just unlock every skin for every weapon. You had tons of them, and I loved it. I could have all of them. Then we fast forward to Gears of War 4 now, and coming in after Overwatches and Call of Duty, and Halo has adopted these loot boxes, and now it's a loot box system as well. And if you want to, buy more loot boxes, you can do so. But now I can't just use all my skins. So for me, I would much rather have the option to simply just purchase for 30 bucks or 20 bucks or whatever it is, or maybe $1 per, all the things I want, rather than having to play this hopefully I get it game. I don't like that.
I think their idea there was to have you play the game and get these loot boxes, like get into it.
Right, but it's ridiculously difficult to get enough loot boxes to get everything.
Yeah, that's why that's the grind. That's the whole thing. And level up, play the game. They want you to play the game, and you just unfortunately it didn't have the same effect on you because you tapered off instead.
So it doesn't really change me wanting to play the game if I have those skins or not. It was just a nicety to have them. It was never my concern to own them all. I just wanted them all because I could. And then to be honest, when you're I'm not 20 years old anymore. I don't have a single, a one bedroom apartment. I'm working my part-time job and going to school or just working or whatever, and have, 20 hours to game every week. I've got 5 hours, 8 hours to game. I can't just sit there and grind for all of these items. Now, if I could get, let's say, a loot box a match or a loot box every 3 matches, then sure. But I mean, you play Overwatch. You guys have both played Gears of War. You guys both played Injustice. It's not that dang easy to get a loot box.
I'm actually with Injustice. With Overwatch, you do get a loot box every 3 games.
Really?
That you win in arcade mode a week.
Okay. A week?
A week. Each week you get, if you win 9 games, you get 3 loot boxes. You get 1 every game.
That's not the same thing, though. Like if you just pop on a match and play Overwatch and you play three games, you won't get one every 3 games. It's not the same thing.
No, for a week it is. For 7 days. Until you get your 9 games, you win your 9 games.
Right, that's still not the same thing.
I get it's not the same thing, but I mean, essentially, for three games, you do get a loot box.
Yeah, but come on, Garrett, that's not the same. Let's say if I play 54 matches, I should get 6 or 7 loot boxes.
Did you win 54 matches?
I don't care about the winning. Just
it matters though.
It matters in what you're saying for your example of what they give you. I'm saying for myself, just as far as playing the game, it's not that easy. What if I play and I lose 54 matches? I don't get loot boxes for losing.
You do not get loot boxes for losing.
Yeah, I don't even barely get anything for like any points, right, to gain for loot boxes.
I think Johnny's saying there shouldn't be a cap.
Right, no cap. Just let me play and gain my loot boxes accordingly every 3 matches.
I know what you're saying. Just I'm letting him know that in Overwatch, there is an instance where you
Damn
play
it, Garrett,
3
that's
games.
not what I'm saying, though. You're trying to say
Get a
that,
loot
yes,
box.
it is the same, Johnny. It's not
I'm
the
not.
same.
I'm not saying it's the same. I am not.
Then
But I
why
am
are you
saying
even bringing it up as an example?
because it's kind of the same.
It's not the same. God. All right. So is there a point where it's too much? Like, is there a point where there's just too many games? Like, if every game you pop in has this, and Garrett, like you were saying, you've got to grind. If Injustice, if Call of Duty, every single game you own has a grinding system that's almost the same for the amount of time you must put in to gain those items. You can't game and do it all. So where is the line drawn for it to be overly saturated?
Well, I don't think that it having a grind system or a loot box system either positively or negatively affects how much you can play a game. You're going to play a game until either a new game comes out, you beat it, whatever. And having a loot system, that's either going to keep you in the game or it's not. As far as does every game need one, I was trying to think of games that don't have one now that possibly could. Like, say if Rock Band had like a loot system where you play a certain amount of songs, get a high score, you have an experience bar, and then you get a loot box or something like that, a loot guitar box, and you open it up and you get a new cosmetic item or something like that, a new cosmetic instrument. I would actually like that.
I'm going to still play devil's advocate right in the middle. I think it depends per game. If you have a game that's definitively derived on a system that revolves around not necessarily skill, but damage buffs like that, like Injustice, for example, that system matters if you're fighting, as you point out, Johnny, against a character that has way better armor or equipment. You're not going to really be able to do anything if you don't have that. Destiny the same way. But in a game that is all cosmetics and it's just how your character looks, how your weapons look, that's okay. Because essentially you're just changing based on your play style what you like and not what the competitive gameplay is.
So is there a point where where it's just in too many games?
Not if it's all like cosmetic based.
Okay. Also, I just feel inclined to point out devil's advocate can't be in the middle.
I know. I'm playing one side, but on both sides.
I see. I think we're already at that point. And like you said earlier, Garrett, like it may not dictate if they have these loot boxes, these loot crates, it shouldn't dictate how much you play the game, but it can affect your enjoyment. If I know that there's these cool skins that I can never get because I just can't grind enough to get lucky enough to get them, that takes away from my feeling of enjoyment when I see someone else running around with the skin that I can't get because, he put in 48 hours in the last 3 weeks and I can only put in 7, so he had more opportunity. That doesn't make me feel good. And then because if I only have 8 hours to play and they've got 30, that it kind of sucks.
That's fair, but I don't know. I think it's not right to you're not demonizing the guy that plays 30 hours a day, but like he put more dedication into it. He
got luckier too because he still has to get lucky to get him because it could, like, for instance, there were skins that I had in Overwatch when I played briefly that you didn't have yet, and I just got lucky to get them before you did. And you play a lot more than me. So what if I am the guy that wants this skin? I just keep getting unlucky. So it's from that standpoint, from people who want the thing but can't grind and then move on to the next game, you're just out of luck.
I don't know. I think that's a kind of a different set of issues there. Only because, like, even if the game didn't have a grind system, it was like play up to this point, open this chest, you get that thing. I mean, that's still kind of the same thing. You still don't have enough time to get there, or you do, but it's in much smaller doses.
Okay, fair enough. We got all very different opinions on this. My last thing is, should there be like an end in a game for the loot? For instance, in Overwatch, in For Honor, in Injustice 2, there's almost literally, of course it's not infinite, but there's almost literally no end. You will not get everything in Overwatch. You Joshua will not get everything in Injustice 2. I will never be able to get every piece of loot no matter how much I play in For Honor. People have literally done the math on these games and they've sussed out like exactly how much time you have to play. You can't do it.
And how much money you'd have to spend.
Is that fair? Is that fair to make a loot system where no matter how much I grind and play and even put money into it, I will never own every item?
Is it fair? I'm gonna say yeah. I don't think it's a huge problem. If you want something, if you're a completionist, you're either gonna play the game, or B, spend the money.
If you're a completionist, it sucks to be you because you want to get everything. But as we talked about earlier, in the case with Overwatch, when you get duplicates, like if there's not enough content, you're going to be upset that you're getting the same thing over and over.
It's random too.
Yeah. So even if you have, an almost near endless amount, even if it's randomized, you still have the opportunity to get more new stuff. So I don't see it as a
I
problem.
see.
either.
I think I kind of see what you're saying. Would you rather constantly get duplicates because you have obtained everything, or B, have no chance of getting everything?
I see the point there, because if the developer makes it so that you can collect everything, then those people like you, Garrett, for instance, who appreciate, pose of getting everything, now you have no reason to play because you got everything. So now what? These boxes mean nothing to you. I feel though that if you're going to make it so I have to buy these loot boxes, but I can't spend real money to buy the items, it's unfair because loot boxes are random. I could spend $3,000 and not get what I want, but I spent $3,000 and just, SOL to me. That's not okay. Don't make it so I can spend real money then. If you're not going to give me a way to spend that money directly for the thing that I want. Should they not just give an option in Overwatch where, like, if I just want this skin for Diva, I just spend $13 and I can just buy that one?
I mean, it'd be nice, but I don't think it's needed. Again, though, I like the hunt. I like opening that loot box and seeing what I can get.
Cool. We'll have to agree to disagree. All right, guys, so fan favorites. Every week we pick 10 rapid-fire questions, and each host answers to see where we stand opposed and united in fandom. Play along and find out what are your fan favorites. Garrett, you had the pick, sir.
Yes, I did.
Did you struggle?
Kinda. Did it today. Anyway, I'm gonna kind of bring things back a little bit, simpler times.
Is it something with Disney?
No, that would have been easy, but I
would have
figured not to. So
thank you.
This is just going to be. We've had a lot of these movies come out. We've had Civil War. We've had Batman vs Superman. We've had Transformers, Optimus Prime killing his buddies. So this is fan faves. Heroes battle it out. So basically, they get in a fight. Who do you think would win?
Who do you think would win, or who do you want to win?
Who do you think would win? So cast your bias aside. We're looking at hard, cold comic facts. First up, The Flash or Quicksilver?
Flash.
Plastic Man or Mr. Fantastic?
Mr. Fantastic.
Plastic Man.
Mr. Fantastic. Johnny is still laughing. Aquaman or Namor?
Namor? I don't...
Namor.
Aquaman. Green Arrow or Hawkeye?
Green Arrow.
Hawkeye.
I'm gonna go Green Arrow. Dr. Fate or Doctor Strange?
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
I'm gonna go Doctor Strange. The Atom or Ant-Man?
Atom.
The Atom.
The Atom. Shazam or Captain Marvel?
Captain Marvel.
You pick
Shazam.
Okay. I'll go Shazam. Wonder Woman or Thor?
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. Superman or the Hulk?
Hulk.
Superman.
Superman. And Batman or Captain America?
Batman.
Batman.
I'm gonna go Cap.
Johnny's shaking his head on like a lot of these in disgust and displacement.
Yeah, I think maybe just because my comic side's coming out, and I feel like I have maybe a better handle on some of these guys.
Well, let's get down to it then.
All right.
First up, Flash or Quicksilver? Come on. Has Quicksilver ever messed up the timeline?
Yeah, Flash. There's a comic I forget back in the 90s that discusses the Flash's power and the Speed Force. And he literally, even though it's hard for him to do, if he wants to, he has the power to go as fast as he thinks he can go.
Yeah.
So he could do anything. Matter of fact, in that comic, he's on like 4 or 5 super teams, and he's fighting in the battles of all 5 at the same time.
Yes.
Quicksilver can't do that.
Yeah.
All right. Plastic Man or Mr. Fantastic?
I don't know anything about Plastic Man.
That's okay. You picked Mr. Fantastic because of that. You, sir, should have no reason to have picked Mr. Fantastic.
Considering that Mr. Fantastic is a genius, Plastic Man is not.
Yeah, no. Plastic Man would wreck him. Plastic Man in The Dark Knight, he literally goes head to head against Superman and beats the living crap out of him. He has power. He has powers that Mr. Fantastic just doesn't have. So, yeah, Plastic Man would go toe to toe and wreck him.
Like what power? Like, give me an example.
Well, like Mr.
Stretching.
Fantastic just stretches. Plastic Man can contour his body into any shape. He can also take any, like, kind of like Wobbuffet. If you hit him with something, he can reflect that what do you call it?
Tenfold.
No.
Kinetic energy?
Sure, kinetic energy. That wasn't the word I was going for.
Force?
For sure. Yeah, the force back at you, so you can't hurt him.
So he's kind of like that Monkey D. Luffy?
No, that's not his name, so no.
Okay.
I won't know.
All right. Aquaman or Namor?
I don't know who Namor is, but I figured someone has to be stronger than Aquaman.
Did you pick Namor?
Yeah.
Good. Namor would absolutely wreck him. I'm sorry, Garrett.
Again, give me like a very brief
So
backstory.
Namor is pretty much Aquaman of the Marvel universe, but he is
ruthless,
really strong and ruthless, and he can fly. He's got super speed. He's stronger than Captain America. He's gone toe to toe with the Hulk. Aquaman cannot go toe to toe with the Hulk. I'm sorry.
Can Namor talk to fish?
No, but he controls a lot more military than Aquaman does too. So yeah, sorry, Aquaman.
Green Arrow or Hawkeye.
That was tough.
This was a hard one.
I chose Oliver Queen, Green Arrow, because I feel that he has more unique tech when like tied to his arrows, and he can probably turn the tide of battle with some type of weird special arrow.
That's kind of where I was going. All the different kind of arrows he has, and all his different kind of utilities he can use.
This was a hard one. The only way I can see him having a chance is if we're taking the Green Arrow from the Arrow TV show. If it's Arrow from anything else, comics or the Justice League or anything like that, Young Justice, that guy gets his ass handed to him.
You think so?
Yeah. Hawkeye kills people. Hawkeye, matter of fact, he just murdered Bruce Banner.
Damn.
Whereas the Green Arrow in the comics, he won't kill. He's gonna die. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Dr. Fate or Doctor Strange.
This is another good one.
Yeah.
Another good one.
Thank you.
Dr. Fate can do a lot of things with the cosmos, but if you take off that helmet, he's done.
Yeah, no one could take off the helmet without him being unconscious, which would be hard. I only picked Doctor Strange. I agreed with you because he has levels of power Dr. Fate can't get to. He sells part of his soul to get this power, so it kind of hurts him. But if you could sell your soul for infinite power, I guess you could win.
That's kind of where I was going. I mean, Dr. Fate shares a body with Naboo, another god, but Doctor Strange is Sorcerer Supreme. He has all kinds of spells and twisting reality, and he could always just make a bargain.
Yeah.
Dr. Fate, I've come to make a bargain. The Atom or Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, no. I don't think so. What are you going to do?
The Atom, he can get way smaller than Ant-Man.
Yes.
So
yes,
that seems like a pretty big plus.
I was going with that. Also, the fact that the Atom is also a genius. As far as I know, I don't think Ant-Man is. Maybe he's a smart guy, but genius level?
I think you're basing this off of the movie. Mm-hmm. And that is not the original Ant-Man. The original Ant-Man he is very much a genius. He's also a founding Avenger. He is one of the top 5 smartest people in Marvel. So if it were that guy, then yeah, he might stand a chance, maybe, but still the Atom can get smaller.
Yeah.
But there's the Marvel movie guy, yeah, he's toast, man. He's toast. Toast
right.
McGhost.
This one was actually pretty tough for me. Next up we got Shazam or Captain Marvel. You like what I did there?
Yes.
Because Shazam
threw me off a little bit at first.
Used to be Captain Marvel.
This was a hard one too. Shazam is, it's magic.
Yeah.
It's magic. That's it. So
yeah, I feel Captain Marvel could go toe to toe, and you correct me if I'm wrong. You said her binary mode is temporary.
Yeah, she can't hold it forever.
But she gets power from the sun, right?
Right.
So depending on the time frame, I think that she would maybe outdo Shazam.
Maybe, just maybe. I don't know. I just feel because he's got magical powers, and that is a trump card to just like physical strength a lot of times.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Superman can't even handle it.
Right.
Next up, Wonder Woman or Thor?
Wonder Woman, I feel, can use her bracelets to deflect.
Mjolnir,
lightning. She's strong. She's got a whip. She's got her shields. She's got Hera on her side. Hera, give me strength.
Go ahead. I just feel more even if we take the powers away and it's just sheer warriors fighting, just battling it out, I think Wonder Woman would take Thor.
He's really, really strong. Like physically, he'll lose, but he can fight the Hulk for a time.
Yeah,
and just like he's a Viking.
He's like, think about like Superman. How Superman always just goes for the punch.
Yeah,
Batman's more technical with
right.
it, he thinks in strategy and all that.
Exactly, and then he does.
Her list of enemies is a lot shorter than Batman's.
She's a god. She's the god of war. So
that's pretty tough. Superman or the Hulk.
The Hulk, bro.
You picked Superman.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
Let me think this through. Why did I pick Superman?
Oh, we just changed.
Okay. Now I know why.
Going back.
Okay, if it's a toe-to-toe fight, Hulk wins. But Supes can just throw him into the sun. and that's it.
Dunskies.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
So don't get thrown off the stage. Yeah, Hulk, I mean, he has an endless rage, so eventually he's just going to get stronger.
He will. You're right. But all Soups has to do is just throw him into the sun, orbit, and that's it. None of his...
Just floating around.
Yeah, you just float around until you turn it back to the Bruce Banner. And that's all you got to do.
And then he just dies in space.
Well, then Soups goes and gets him and locks him up.
Doesn't Bruce Banner have a thing where right before he's about to die or become unconscious, he just becomes the Hulk again? Isn't there something like that?
They did that for Planet Hulk, but it doesn't always work that way.
Okay.
But kind of, yeah.
Okay. Because, he's Hulk, and then he calms down, becomes Bruce Banner, about to die. I'm the Hulk again.
Yeah.
Always reminds me of that Robot Chicken skit where the Hulk, he becomes the Hulk, runs off, goes on a rampage, then he calms down in the middle of nowhere. He shrinks back down to Bruce Banner, and he sees he ripped his purple pants. He's like, how hard it is to get purple pants? It's just,
Yeah.
Man, Batman would win. He would outwit him, and I don't know. He's got a lot of tech. A lot of tech that might work around the shield.
I was really angry at you for not picking Batman versus...
I'm strict. I don't know if you've noticed. I'm strictly doing DC versus Marvel.
I'm not doing Marvel versus Marvel. Comes up.
I just want it to be different.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you don't really believe Batman would win? Or Cap would win?
I think it'd be a long, good fight.
I don't think so at all.
See, they actually did this in a comic. I forget what it was called, but they have.
I've seen it, and then like Captain America has his shield taken by Batman, and he throws it. I've seen something like this.
I'm more. Batman and Captain America meet up, and they're about to fight, and for like 2 hours, they're just circling each other, sizing each other up, just contemplating, thinking, strategizing. Yeah, I'll admit it's possible, but it would take a very long time. That Cap would beat him.
So why pick Cap if you think that it's only possible?
I said I want to be different.
That's not a good reason. That's not fair to pick.
But you did throw a game. You threw a trivia game like that.
What?
You threw a trivia game like that.
What? This is not trivia.
It's not.
Wow. All right.
Gary does.
I truly, in my heart of hearts, believe Batman would win. But
you should have picked Batman. I can't believe you pulled that on us.
I'm
the
sorry.
one time that Cap gets lucky.
Yep.
I failed.
All right, guys. Well, that is fan faves for this week. If you've got some themes for next week's fan faves, feel free to reach out to us by email or on social media. You can reach us by email, contact@scspodcast.net, or on Twitter @SuperCoopSquad, Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter. All the links are available in the details and description. So reach out to us and let us know what we should do for next week. All right. So some interesting, kind of upsetting news, at least for me. From Star Wars land there, not the Disney place, but Star Wars as far as movies. So the untitled Han Solo film loses its directors. So Phil Lord and Chris Miller, the directors that brought us 21 Jump Street and the Lego Movie, have parted ways. I don't know if that's by their own choice or not. With the Han Solo film, after shooting nearly all of the film, they've put in most of the work. Veteran director Ron Howard, responsible for Apollo 13, The Da Vinci Code, Beautiful Mind, and Willow, will helm the remaining shoots and reshoots as well as re-edit the film. This is rough for me. I'm not liking what this says for this movie, and in particular, what this says for the Star Wars group and with Lucasfilms and Disney. I don't like this.
It's strange. You don't normally see Disney dropping directors. They usually pick someone, and then that someone does it and handles it. Although looking between these two kind of movies, where on one side you have Apollo 13, Da Vinci Code, Beautiful Mind. The other side, you have 21 Jump Street and the Lego Movie. I'm liking my odds with Mr. Howard.
Seems like it's more story driven on his side versus kind of that comedic, like that fun factor action role. So it could go either way. I mean, if they've already done a lot of the movie, why are you pulling somebody out?
Yeah, that kind of concerns me.
So that brings up my next point there. So Lucasfilms, this is their second Star Wars story kind of film outside of the Skywalker or the Luke kind of legacy kind of stuff. This same thing happened with Rogue One. If you go back and if you watch the original Rogue One trailers, it is a very different film they are trying to show you than what you see in the theaters. Huh. There's a lot of scenes in that original 2 trailers that are not in the film at all. I'll
have to check that out. I don't remember that.
Yeah, people were really upset about it. So for me, this is like a rehash of the same issues. And so what I see, there's a problem between the top, the middle, and the bottom, where the executives are bringing people in, and then they're having issues with, doing their work at the bottom, and middlemen they're clashing. Writers are clashing between what the executives hire and then the directors putting that into light. So they don't have their wires all together. Wires are crossed and everyone has a different idea of what these movies should be. And when they get close to being done, they go, whoa, this is not what we wanted, but this is what you hired. You hired these people.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we have a repeat of Rogue One, though, I think the Han Solo film will be just fine.
See, now I don't know about that. I feel that these Star Wars stories, they can be. Rogue One was a good film for the most part. There were some slow bits, especially in the beginning. But it was pretty much, it just felt like a regular Star Wars movie. And I felt, and I still feel that the Star Wars stories can be something different. They should be new stories in a new way. I don't have to have, like a three-tier battle where it's, someone in this air, someone with their personal battle, and then like the ground battle with a bunch of troops. Like you could do something different and tell a lot of different creative stories, but they seem afraid to go that route.
Yeah. Is the Han Solo film going to be canon?
Yes. All of these are
100%
anything
canon, right?
coming out.
Yeah. So
from now on,
taking what you're saying, if you're going to be different, how are you going to be that much separated from what the core of the franchise has been in a lot of movies?
Well, you don't have to have it be the same format of movie. You can have it be a spy story. You can have it be something where he's a low down con artist, and like a con artist movie. You could have it be a lot of different things besides, the tried and true Star Wars kind of thing where there's a beginning and then the protagonist kind of have something in the middle with the antagonist, and there's a big battle at the end where you see a space battle and then a ground battle and then someone's personal fight it with one or two guys. They do that in every movie. But these movies, I feel, shouldn't have to be that way.
Okay.
Also, keep in mind that anything that they do going forward, whether they change the character or change how things happen, is considered canon now. Moving forward, whatever happens in the movies is now canon.
Right.
Even Star Wars Rebels, the TV show.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much everything on film and TV, like you said. As a Star Wars fan, this concerns me. Not from the standpoint that I don't want to see the same thing, although I would prefer some new stories, some new ways to do things, especially because this is outside that, that Darth Vader, Anakin, Luke, Rey kind of, just overarching saga. But also, like, I wouldn't mind something new and fresh and different, because if you keep doing the same movie over and over and over, people are going to get tired of it, even if it's Star Wars.
This does not concern me. Star Wars has been doing fine. Don't fix what's not broken. Of course, it would be a welcoming sight to see something fresh and new. And I believe when they become more comfortable with this franchise that they have just purchased not too long ago, they will venture out into that.
I mean, you say they just purchased it, but that was like 6 years ago, dude.
That's still fresh and new. You know how long it takes to make anything?
A year and a half?
No.
Yeah, it takes a year and a half.
Yeah, nowadays it's pretty quick turnaround.
Disney's doing a lot of stuff.
Well, they have the money to do a lot of stuff, so even quicker turnaround.
I won't argue it, but that's not an argument for this particular company. Lucasfilm operates separately than Disney on their movies. Just saying. All right, cool. Well, that's us on Star Wars and the Han Solo film. If you have your own thoughts or you feel differently about the way this movie's going, let us know. As always, email us, contact@scspodcast.net, or reach us on Twitter. We're going to have a fourth topic. It's going to be a very quick, we had some extra time here, a very quick review of Transformers Age of Extinction, I believe. I'm sorry,
wow,
Transformers The Last Night.
You're 2 movies behind, or one movie behind.
So we're going to have our review then of Transformers The Last Night. Sorry, Joshua. We watched it over the weekend. What did you guys think? I, for one, was very disappointed.
Why did you like this movie so much, Johnny?
What? I didn't like this movie. Let me rephrase that, because disappointment makes it seem as if I was expecting something good, and I was not. Let's just say it was a bad movie, and I expected it to be bad, and as such, it was a bad movie.
It was not a great movie. No, I've been out of I've been out of the Transformer movie game since
2 or 3.
2. Yeah. I did not see
Revenge
3.
Of the Fallen?
Out of context, just by the way, that sounds weird. I've been out of the Transformers game for a while. Does
Yeah.
that mean you were playing the Transformers game, or?
Yeah. Transformers Cybertron's real good. Maybe I platinum. No. But I've been out of the Transformers movie scene for quite some time.
Same here. I don't think I've seen the last 2 movies. The movie overall was not good, not great. It definitely had fun moments. It definitely had funny moments. I always am a fan of the action robot scenes, because there's a lot of times where it's corny, it's clunky. The movie is all over the place, plot-wise especially. Just, here's a scene, cut. Here's a scene, hard cut to the other side. Here's another scene, a really hard cut back to where we were. What just happened?
Oh, look, there was a costume change between the cuts.
Oh, I saw like little things, like someone was wearing something and then they cut to the same scene and then they cut back, and it's just like, how is, man?
Yeah.
It's hard to follow sometimes.
So before I get into, I won't argue this, but how come you guys just can't say something's bad? I know you guys are like
We
last
did.
half. No, you said it's not good, not great, and you said the same thing. Can you just say it's a bad movie? Please?
It's a bad movie.
Thank you. God.
Is
it a bad
I didn't know
movie?
you're waiting for that.
I don't think it's so terrible where it's unbearable.
But would you classify it as bad? Yes or no? If not, that's okay.
No.
You wouldn't say it's bad? Okay.
Plot wise and story wise, of course, it's like terrible. But as far as like action and just explosions, it's always going to be
I
there.
felt the action was also bad.
It was a terrible film.
It was hard to focus on anything. Much
yeah.
much to Michael Bay's style.
That's all he does is
It's hard to see a robot fight.
So
yeah, but robots fighting are still cool regardless.
no, not the way he
Robots
does
fighting.
it. Pacific
are
Rim
cool.
was
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, Pacific
Why
Rim
can't you do
was real
Pacific Rim
cool.
stuff?
Because this is way too fast for Pacific Rim.
Slow it down a little bit. So I thought about this long and hard. Like, what is the problem with these films? Now, the first one was mediocre. It was okay. The rest have kind of continued to get worse and worse. And I'll say that at least maybe they got a little bit better with some of their racial stereotypes. They're not as.
There was still one that pissed me off this movie.
Yeah, there was.
There was like 2 or 3.
But it wasn't as bad as like Transformers
Not
2.
even just the Transformers one. So there was Mohawk, who was clearly stereotyping black people again.
Right, yeah.
And then, so thanks for that again, Michael Bay. We didn't learn. And then,
A little rough there.
Who is the robot with the gold chain? Did you catch that?
that was John DiMaggio.
Is that the robot's name?
No,
They had a lot of
no.
big name
That was the
actors
voice.
in there.
Yeah, they did. That was the voice actor. Barrett. No.
Just I don't know.
They
They
were
were-
rough. So
yeah.
what I was saying was I thought long and hard about this. And the problem with Michael Bay and the Transformers, the problem with Michael Bay in general, some of his films with all the giant explosions and nonsense, is that back in the day when he was like, I think he did Bad Boys 1 and 2,
yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So back then in like the early 2000s, late 90s, giant explosions like that kind of spectacle, it was cool to see in a movie because you
'Cause it
never
hadn't been
saw it
done.
before.
Yeah.
it was exactly. It had never been done. But now it's 2017, Bay. Like, it's not something. Not
Like
Bay.
Bay,
Not-
Bay.
I didn't know you liked him that much, Johnny.
You're ripping on him so much, and now you love him.
It's 2017.
Man,
and
come on, Bay.
Get with the times, Bay. Come on.
It's 2017, and explosions for explosion's sake doesn't mean anything anymore.
So as you were saying that, I was thinking, well, you know who does like explosions? Kids. Kids like explosions. It's fun to see. And Transformers being a children's toy from Hasbro and everything, they drop so many S-bombs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Even if I brought my kid, I'm like, damn, did they really have to say it, at that point? Did they have to say it now?
This movie was not for kids. I think this movie was for more tweens.
Yeah, typically we go down the cast, we go down everyone that was in the movie, break down the plot, the story. We're not doing any of that.
Mark Wahlberg and
And
Anthony
friends.
Hopkins.
Terrible.
Even there was some bad acting coming from them.
I mean, you can only do so much with some of those lines, right? Like, if the line is just
Yeah,
bad, there's
yeah,
only so much a good actor can do.
In the beginning, Mark Wahlberg's just yelling. I'm like, why are you
Yelling
Why are
at the
you
kids,
yelling?
I- the Transformers, and
Yeah, like, dude, calm down. You're yelling back at this girl. Okay, all right. And then Anthony Hopkins, he doing some stiff acting, but I mean, he had to explain to us that Transformers have been here since the Dark Ages, and
Right. When you think
all
about
that.
Anthony Hopkins, can you think him reading that script like, really? I have to say this? I have to say these words.
do you know who
Real
I am?
fast too. Real quick too. Like he had to go off on those lines. I was like, wow. Okay.
In every single one of these movies, we learn that the Transformers have been like here longer and longer.
Didn't in the first movie we see Bumblebee come to Earth?
Pretty much. Yeah.
So now he's been here since Nazi times?
Don't forget in the third
the third movie I didn't see.
we saw that there was like an entire ship of them on the dark side. That was second movie, Dark Side of the Moon.
No, I think that was the fourth
That's the
movie.
fourth movie.
Is it?
Cybertron's
Yeah, there's Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen, Transformers,
No, that's Dark Side of the Moon, number 3. Then
Okay.
The fourth one was Age of
Age of
Extinction.
Extinction.
Now we're at Last Night. So yeah, I think it's Dark Side of the Moon. Then the third one, we find out there's a giant ship full of like Decepticons on the dark side of our moon that have been there the whole time. What?
Well, I mean, yeah, they're waiting for the right time.
Gotta find the Allspark.
It's ridiculous. I don't know. There's every time they keep going farther back in our history. Like, oh, they've always been here. Next one is going to be Planet of the Apes.
I saw them come. I saw them land. What do you mean they've been here?
And then they have an end credits before the credits.
Yeah.
And then the main enemy is human or
No. I think it was Quarissa.
I don't know. I don't care. All I know is it's a bad movie, and I'm so sad that they're going to make another one.
Oh, you know they're making another one. This time it's going to be Unicron.
Unicron's Earth? Have we known this the whole time?
Unicron is Earth.
That's ridiculous.
Like, what? They, like, and then the towers have always been here, and the whole plot is Cybertron's here to suck up the Earth.
For everyone that is an actual Transformers fan, watched the cartoons and read the comics, and this brings me to almost tears.
I haven't seen the show, and I don't never follow the comics, so I've been far discontinued from this movie. But they said Earth was Unicron, and I was like,
yeah, that's what happened.
What?
I mean, I know you guys aren't Transformers fans, but think of something you love. Think of some cartoon that and then, people say that they ruined my childhood.
Yeah.
He is literally, I know people say don't say this, but he's ruining my childhood. He's just taking the Transformers, just bending them over. You like that?
Yeah.
Optimus?
And he's starting that with the Turtles.
Yeah.
I still haven't watched the second one yet. Did it?
Yeah, they're not going with the third one.
Bay's ruining your childhood?
Take it, Optimus.
Come on, Bay.
Roll out. Oh man.
So what's the hierarchy of reviews?
Okay, here we go. So at the top, is it transforming and rolling out, Optimus Prime style? Is it let's see, is it, I don't know, I'm just so sad with
is it Bumblebee?
Yeah, is it Bumblebee with his crappy voice box but still a cool car, kind of cool Transformer?
Or is it Optimus Prime floating dead in space?
Or is it Optimus Prime floating dead in space? There we go.
Whatever's under that. Optimus Prime couldn't save the Earth.
The Dinobots were kind of cool. I saw them. I thought Gridlock was pretty cool.
Nah.
So he's eating a car, and Mark Wahlberg is trying to fight with him to spit out a car.
It was dumb.
But maybe it was cool.
All right.
Yeah, Optimus Prime floating dead in space.
Real quick. The whole point of the trailer was you thinking that Prime is going to fight
right?
Bumblebee. That doesn't happen until the last 15% of the movie.
I thought he was going to be in the movie like halfway, just ripping people apart, killing Autobots.
We saw the trailer,
like, damn,
and
this
that
is a
happened
long
in the movie.
This is going on for a while.
It was 2 hours and 28 minutes.
You see Prime chained up a couple times, and then you never see him, and then within 5 minutes, like,
he does some fighting, and he's like, "Oh wait, your real voice, Martha."
Last point. No way Mark Wahlberg is going to have a sword come out of his arm from a damn little bug
and it
stops a big ass robot ancient. I don't know.
Fallen Knight.
So what's your score, sir?
As far negative as you can go.
Okay.
As far as like everything, I said it wasn't a bad movie. For me, a bad movie has to be like really, really bad as a full scope.
Yeah. Dude, can you just say it's bad?
Like The Last Night?
Bad to me is like you have to walk out of the theater. That's how bad it is.
I paid money. There's never going to be a movie I walk out of.
I wasn't mad that I paid $4.
That's not true. Didn't you walk out of the movie?
No.
I feel like you did.
I feel like. Well, for me, like. $4 wasn't like I'm not mad at $4 in like a $20 like theater.
Okay.
All right.
So that's why it's not like bad for me.
This was a bad movie. Although Optimus Prime floating dead in space.
You can't see me, audience, but I'm tapping my chest doing the peace sign at Garrett because I appreciate that your logic for once. Thank you, my friend. Joshua, I'm surprised at you.
Sometimes I like movies that you don't like. It happens.
Coerced.
You still need to see Get Out. Damn it.
Maybe we'll see. I'll get there.
You said you need to see.
Yeah. That's you haven't seen Get Out.
Oh my gosh! All right, guys. Well, that's our review, if you want to call it that, of Transformers: The Last Night. Who was Last Night, by the way?
Mark Wahlberg.
That's stupid.
Yep.
Stupid.
So
let us know if you thought this movie was equally stupid or if it wasn't. I'm sorry, but it really was a bad movie.
I thought it was going to turn into a Transformer.
That'd be so stupid.
Mark Wahlberg.
But you know what? And also his name's Kate Yeager.
Kate Yeager.
The
coolest name.
If you liked it, let us know, guys. Reach us, contact at scspodcast.net or on any of our social media links. You can find those in the details and descriptions of this episode.
The Ninja Butler is the coolest part of the movie.
He was at Cosmog. No, the Pokemon Cosmog.
All right, guys, so gamer trivia. So every week, 2 of our hosts go head-to-head in a best-of-5 trivia contest. The winner will play again next week. The loser makes next week's trivia. So play along and find out just how much gaming knowledge you have in gamer trivia.
Can I get my first three-peat?
Yeah, man, so you're up for a 3-peat.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
And we'll see if you do. All right, gentlemen. So there's a lot of classic game series out there, some more popular than others. I'd wager that maybe besides Call of Duty, this is the most popular game series of all time. It's probably sold more copies on console than almost any other, game series other than maybe Mario.
Better not be Grand Theft Auto.
It's Grand Theft Auto trivia.
Damn it!
Okay.
So hopefully you guys.
Now hold on. Every time you do this, Joshua,
That is it.
Every time you do this, you end up winning.
Yes, I can get lucky, but damn it.
So
No disrespect to anybody, I cannot stand Grand Theft Auto.
probably should have.
We'll see how you do. Gentlemen, are you ready?
Yep.
Question 1. How many Grand Theft Auto games are there? A, 10, B, 11, C, 15, or D, 17? How many Grand Theft Auto games are there? I have Garrett's answer.
I'll make an exception. He can change it if he needs to.
He's allowing you to change it if you like to, since he's still thinking. What's funny is you're going to feel great if you're right with the change. You're going to be pissed if you changed it away from the answer.
Yeah. We shall see.
I have Garrett's revised answer. Look like he might want to change it back. Joshua, I need an answer, sir.
That's gonna be it, no matter.
How much time left are you giving me?
1 minute.
Damn.
It won't take that long.
I have Joshua's answer. Joshua, you chose the answer Garrett first had. Garrett, you changed your answer.
You jumped from 11 to 15? Wow.
Garrett, you chose C, 15. Joshua, you chose B, 11. The correct answer is C, 15.
Damn it.
Ooh, I almost forgot about Vice City Stories and Liberty City Stories. Those PSP ones.
Yes,
I added those, so I'm missing 4?
Apparently. So there's Grand Theft Auto 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Liberty City Stories, Vice City Stories, that's 7. They had Grand Theft Auto London. They had 2 London expansions.
London?
Grand Theft Auto,
London.
Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars.
Yeah. Is that Ballad of Gay Tony?
Ballad of Gay Tony, and then Lost and Damned. And there's something else I might have been missing, but yeah.
London?
Vice City.
Vice City itself.
Yeah. They're back in the PS1 days. There was Grand Theft Auto 1, 2, and Grand Theft Auto London.
I've never heard of that, ever.
I still have the game.
Well, now you know. All right, so Garrett, that's correct. That's 1 for you. Josh was incorrect, not on the board just yet. Question 2. Which of these characters is not the name of a main protagonist? So which of these names is not a main protagonist? Is it A, CJ, B, Claude, C, Timmy, or D, Angelo? Which of these is not a main protagonist? I have Joshua's answer. I have Garrett's answer. Joshua, you chose B, Claude. Garrett, you chose C, Timmy. The correct answer is D, Angelo. Angelo is not a main character's name. So both you guys were wrong there. Those are both main characters. So that's still that's incorrect for you, Garrett. That's incorrect for you, Joshua. 1 for Garrett, still 0 for you, Joshua. Question 3. Which of these cities has not been recreated with a different name in GTA, in Grand Theft Auto? Is it A, San Francisco, B, San Diego, C, Los Angeles, or D, Miami? Which of these has not been recreated in Grand Theft Auto? I have your answer, Joshua. I have your answer, Garrett. Joshua, you chose A, San Francisco. Garrett, you chose B, San Diego. The correct answer is B, San Diego.
Whew. It was between those two.
Damn it.
So it's that's correct, Garrett. That's incorrect, Joshua. It's 2 for you, Garrett. Joshua's still at 0 right now.
Smart enough not to ask follow-up questions because you won't tell me.
I'm sorry. All right, so you can still come back though.
I understand that.
Question 4. How many GTA games take place in San Andreas, which is essentially Los Angeles? Is it A, 2, B, 4, C, 5, or D, 1? How many take place in San Andreas?
Answers one more time.
A, 2, B, 4, C, 5, or D, 1? I have Joshua's answer.
Let me get one right.
I have Garrett's answer. Garrett, you chose A. Joshua, you chose A. The correct answer is B, 4. There have been 4 Grand Theft Auto games that have taken place in San Andreas.
Don't suppose you can name them.
I looked it up earlier, but I think it's like Grand Theft Auto 1, 2, 4, and something else. There have been 4.
Huh.
Yep. So there we go there.
Huh.
That's still 2 for Garrett. That's incorrect for you, Garrett. Incorrect for you, Joshua. That's a score of 2 for Garrett, 0 for Joshua. Question 5. Which of these titles are not top-down GTA game? They do not play in top-down mode. Is it A, GTA 3, B, GTA 2, C, GTA London, D, GTA 1, or E, they are all top-down?
Did you play the London one?
I still have it.
Is it top down?
Answers one more again?
You just sent me your answer.
I know. I was deflecting. Joshua was asking me a question. I want to change the subject.
Okay, Garrett, you chose A, GTA 3. Joshua, you chose E. They are all top down. The correct answer is E. They are all top down. GTA 3 has a top down mode that
Just
you
because
can
it
play
has a
in.
top down mode doesn't mean it's top down. That's not the default. I'm not gonna argue. That's how it is. Okay.
It plays in top down mode.
Okay. I didn't know it was if. Okay. All right. Little skewed, but okay.
Trick question.
Apparently.
I think it's valid.
I know.
All right, that's
I know you did.
incorrect for you, Garrett. That is correct for you, Joshua.
No skunks today.
That is 2 for you, Garrett. 1 for you, Joshua.
Now comes the mind game.
Well,
All right,
that was it. I was just
go ahead and send in your bets, gentlemen. This is the Salty Sudden. However many points you have, you can bet that many points. If you get the question right, you gain that many points. If you get it wrong, you lose that many points.
Hey,
I have.
how's it going?
not good. Every time I get about to get a 3-peat, I get shunned
We'll see.
based on something I don't know.
We shall see.
Not the host's fault.
Yeah, well, it's true.
You crying over there? You okay? This guy's laughing too hard on the side.
I'm sorry. Your question is: name 3 other franchises the developer of Grand Theft Auto creates.
You've done that before. Actually, Garrett, you've done that before.
Well, 3 others, huh? Not including Grand Theft Auto.
So is it a point per? You have to get all 3 right.
All 3 right.
This guy.
Okay. Name 3 games or 3 franchises?
3 franchises.
Okay.
Or if it's just been one game, then just one game. But just name 3 of them.
Should pull Joshua and just send a whole bunch of bullshit. Lady in red.
You're still salty about that?
Should have won that one, damn it.
I could have given a blank answer. You would still be salty.
So my meta was supposed to be that the Salty Sud was going to be a super easy question. So the person who, whoever went like a weenie and turtled up and bet 0 points.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, this was a hard question for you. It took you a while. All right. So
I don't have 3 games.
So your 3 games. Garrett, 3 games you sent me.
Franchises,
games, yep. LA Noire, Red Dead Redemption, and Bully.
Of course.
All correct.
Yeah.
All acceptable answers. Joshua,
Should have thought about it.
your answers: Red Dead Redemption, Rockstar Table Tennis,
Huh.
That Other Gun Game,
Damn.
which is incorrect.
That would have worked too. The table
So-
tennis one.
Now for the points.
Forgot about that.
Garrett, you had 2 points. You bet 0.
Yep.
You win. You're up with 2 points.
Yeah.
Joshua, you had 1 point. You bet 1.
Yeah.
You were incorrect, so you unfortunately fall to 0. That makes Garrett the new champion, 2-0.
Sorry, buddy.
Acceptable answers would have included some, but not
Not limited to.
yeah, not limited to. Of course, Red Dead, Midnight Club, Max Payne,
Midnight Club,
Manhunt,
Max Payne, Manhunt.
Bully, Earthworm Jim, Smuggler's Run, and State of Emergency.
Oh, that was
Also
a
the
fun
Warriors.
I've been out of the game for too long. Because how do I forget Bully and LA Noire?
Yeah, I was
game. You think this is a mother game?
I don't know what that's from.
So Garrett, congrats. That is you back in the winner's chair. Joshua, you got trivia next week.
Didn't they do? Oh, sorry. Didn't they do Max Payne?
I said
Yeah,
Max
he's
Payne.
at Max Payne.
Oh, I didn't.
And I will
Paying
see
attention.
you next week, sir.
All right, back on top.
Hey, squad. thank you for coming and taking the time to listen to our show again. We appreciate everything you do, and we love the feedback that you give us. If you can take an extra step and do us a favor, leave us a review on iTunes, Google Play, or anywhere that you listen to us. We would appreciate the feedback and let us know what else we can do to excite you guys on all the news, information, and games that we bring to you. Thank you again for listening, and back to the show.
So, an opinion piece, must-play titles, do they exist?
Yes.
Well, we already know where Garrett stands,
Fair
apparently.
answer.
We've all said it before, dude, you got to play this game. It's freaking epic. Or how have you not played this game yet? And, kind of ripped on our fellow gamers and questioned their gamer cred, their street cred, because they haven't played game XYZ. But before we discuss, Garrett, whether this is even a valid thing to expect from gamers at any point, what games, what does it take for a game to possibly qualify, if they could?
Let's see. You gotta have lovable characters. A game goes nowhere if you hate the character. I think I don't necessarily think the story has to be great. It doesn't have to be fantastic. The game has to be fun, and you have to like the characters, and you have to have a lot that you can do. There has to be a lot of activities.
I think it comes down to 3 core things. Fun factor, it should definitely be attributed. Story, if you have an awesome, great story, the gameplay can take a step down if you're really engaged and involved into that. And then the last thing is gameplay. If the gameplay sucks, you're not going to enjoy the game. This point blank. There's nothing around that.
I think that it comes in this order: gameplay, story number 2, and then number 3 is your characters. And I say that because I think of a lot of games where the character you're playing is just a guy with a gun in his hands and he doesn't speak or doesn't do very much. So you have to have awesome gameplay. You got to have Dead Space gameplay, Borderlands gameplay, BioShock, Resident Evil 4. The game must feel good in your hands when you control it, and it must excite you. The story, in my opinion, is second because you have to be able to be engrossed in what's going on to the characters that you're running around shooting at and shooting for. If you don't care, then it doesn't matter. And then lastly, it is important to have great characters, but if your character is just some guy that, doesn't speak, just some silent protagonist killing people, you can take it or leave it, just like I did in Borderlands or BioShock or a myriad of other games. Now, here's the big thing. There we go. As time has gone by, the gaming culture and the available games that we have to play has changed. But at any point, whether it's now or in the past, was there a time where that statement was fair to say to another gamer that there are must-play games? Joshua, how do you feel?
Yeah, it's definitely fair to say. I think it's still fair to say. It really comes down to personability and how you are engaged in that game. And a lot of times our friends, family members, or even people, especially we play with online, we are engrossed in very similar type of games and content. So if I'm referring a movie to you, it's because I think you will enjoy the movie, not because you have to see it type of connection. And games are the exact same way, especially in a case where if like Johnny, Garrett gives you a hard time about Zelda, right? It's a game you must play, but you have to own a Switch. Is he going to recommend buy? Maybe not so much.
He already did on the podcast today.
Before the podcast, yeah, but he wasn't really forcing you in a situation where it's like, I will let you borrow my Switch and takes away how engrossed it is, but you have to have some type of energy to share.
So if he has my Switch, I can't play it.
So you feel that, wow. You feel then that there are games that every gamer should play no matter what, like you must play these games.
Yeah, there are a small chunk that I think everybody should play at some point in time. And then there's other people such as you are. I know you like this saga or this kind of genre, so I know you must play this game.
I already know where Garrett's leaning. He's already told you. I 100% disagree to a point. I believe once we hit PlayStation 3, that Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 era of gaming and Xbox 360, at that point, that's no longer a valid statement. I think before that, with PlayStation 2 and before, there were few enough games coming out where there could be big staples that everyone could play because there weren't as many games. But now, you've got 20, 30, 40 games coming out every week on Xbox and PlayStation and PC. You can't possibly play them all. It's just impossible. So you can't tell, much like TV, you can't tell me I have to play this game. Well, what about the other 38 games that came out this last 2 weeks? I can't play those.
You don't have to play those.
Yeah, but if you're telling me a game, and then he's telling me a game, and then I go to work, and my coworker says a different game, and then my wife is playing some game she bought off Xbox Live that she absolutely loved, and I've got 4 games that you guys all think I should play, plus the game that I found that I think is excellent. Now I've got 5 games to play. I only get 8 hours of gameplay a week.
But that has nothing to do with taking away the value of a game that you must play. Now, considering you don't have the time to play, you have 5 people recommending you watch or play 5 games. Just because you don't have time to play them doesn't take away the value that this is a game that you need to play.
See, I disagree. I think that those can be games that I should look into, but a must-play game means that you must play it. That you can't skip it. You can't skip it, even if it's not a recommendation. This is a game that if you didn't play, then you really aren't a gamer.
That's what Ocarina of Time is.
See, I don't think so.
How many must-watch movies could you recommend to somebody?
0.
You lie.
don't.
You would never recommend Star Wars to anybody.
See, the thing is, again, that there's too many movies to watch.
But that wasn't the question I asked you.
No, I wouldn't, because there are too many movies to watch. It's unfair.
If someone said, give me one movie to watch,
I would
you couldn't name one freaking movie.
I would recommend a movie. I would not say this is a must-watch. You cannot go without watching the movie in your life.
Not one single movie.
No.
Out of the hundreds of movies.
There's too many. It's unfair, because...
It's one movie.
Right. And I would recommend movies. You're trying to get me to say that I'm going to tell them that this movie can't be skipped. And that's just not true. There's just too many movies out there.
I can't believe you're skipping a whole saga.
What movie should I not miss out on?
What movie do I recommend you watch? I can name plenty of movies that I enjoy.
No. Name me one movie that you think I need to watch.
There are none. There are no movies I think you need to watch. There are movies that I think that you might like and thus maybe look into. But when you say must see or I need to watch, that means you cannot miss it. But there's so many games.
There's not one movie that you don't think I cannot go on without missing.
We can't watch movies anymore because they're not worth watching.
That's wow. What? I didn't say that. I'm saying that you can't tell someone this is a must watch. You have to watch or play this because there's just too much. I can't do it. I can't physically watch all or play all of the must plays.
No, I'm not asking for all the must plays. I'm asking for one movie that you think I should not miss.
We're already past it.
I don't have any.
This is kind of Johnny.
Okay.
Well, so what are you trying to say?
No, just that. Like, I'm not asking you to name 5, 6, 7 movies that I need to watch. I just, out of all the movies that you like and you think I should see, name me one.
That I like, that I recommend, not must see. You're trying to rope me in here. I'm not going to get roped in.
I'm just, well, no, because you keep going right back to saying the same exact thing. You're not looking at it from another perspective.
What's the other perspective?
You're looking at it constantly from a movie that, you can go without watching it, but this is one that I will want you to see. I'm asking you, what movie, just one, should I not miss?
There are none.
Okay. All right.
You can miss every movie, and that's okay.
Okay.
And pick whatever you want.
Okay.
Do you disagree?
I see where we are now. I see that we're just at not that you're not seeing it, but that you are firm in what you think. That is what I'm seeing. So it's Joshua. It's not something that we can get him to say because he truly believes that this is his way, which is fine.
So, okay, when you say must see or must play, that means that as a gamer, you should miss it. Like, there's no question on, like, Joshua, you were saying, well, if you were making the example that if there are 4 or 5 people that all have 4 or 5 must play games, if you can't get to them because you're just too busy, like I said, I only have 8 hours of gameplay time, that it's okay, right? That's what you're saying. It's okay for me to miss it because I don't have the opportunity to play them all.
Yeah, you pick one.
From my standpoint, if you call something a must play, that means you must play it. You can't miss it. Like there's no, well, I didn't have time. At some point in your life, you better get to this game, right? Or wrong?
Yeah. So recommend one.
No. So my point is that you can't give anyone a pass for missing it. There's no passes for missing this game.
I think you're taking it to the extreme.
That's my point. But when people say these things, that's exactly what they mean.
I think it's definitely, it's a strong recommendation. It's not a stop what you're doing, drop everything, play this game right now. And unless they physically tell you that, it's a
play it. I'll blow your brains out.
Yeah,
press the start button. Press the start button.
I think where Garrett's going is
name your character.
If you're gonna go look for a game to play, or you have a library, you're like, I don't know what I should play. Here's a game that you need to play if you're gonna go play a game. Not you have to drop literally everything. It's
drop Grayson. Play this game.
Put your son down right now.
John, if you say, hey, Joshua, let me borrow a game that you have in your extensive collection library, and I say, okay, this is a game that you would need to play based on my entire library.
You see how he made sure to say his extensive collection?
Because I do have an extensive collection. I have a lot of stuff.
Okay, so maybe the phrasing needs to change, because must and need means something that you must do. There's no outside. If someone says, hey, you need to show up or you're going to get fired from work, there's no, well, I can kind of show up. No, you have to show up. So if you tell me it's a must play or I need to play this, it's not a want or a desire. It is a physical thing I should have to do no matter what, no questions asked. So maybe we got to stop changing, there can't be a must play or a need to play. It's a, hey, I like this game, maybe check it out.
You need to play Breath of the Wild.
See, no, damn it. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I just think there's too much content out there nowadays.
Of course there is.
I don't see it as a bad thing though. Put it in the queue. Put it in your list of games to get to.
That you'll never get to because you have too many games.
Says the guy that downloads every free game that is given to him.
Yeah, because it's free. But okay, when Prey came out a few months ago, I want to play Prey. But to be honest, I probably will not get to it because it's already in the back catalog of like 4 games that are already out and playing, and games that are coming out this fall that I'll play before it.
Prey is on the must play.
So, but my point is though that because that game is in the back catalog, it'll just keep getting stacked on and stacked on and stacked on.
I mean, at some point you got to prioritize your backlog.
Also, at what point is it okay? At what point does age come into this? If I'm a 10-year-old kid and someone says you've got to play Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, is that really fair? Is that fair to tell a 10-year-old kid he's got to play this game before he was born?
Well, am I still 30? Am I 30 telling this kid to play?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right now. No. So, I mean, okay, what happens in 25 years? Is it still a must-play game? Or 30 years from now? Is it still a must-play game? At some point, there's just too many games.
Ocarina of Time will always be a must-play game.
But he will have so many games in 2025, he can never physically go back and play those.
Put down Minecraft. Put that down. At least get it on the 3DS.
Put down your VR spinner game. Your fidget spinner game.
I'm sure by then...
They'll have virtual fidget spinners.
They'll have a virtual Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. I think you're just taking it to the most extreme case where you're practically saying, and I see what you're saying, that because there's so many games and so many possible must plays, need to plays, you're never going to get to them all. Of course not. You don't have all the time in the world, even if you didn't have a job, you were a millionaire and you were doing whatever you want to do. Of course not. But there are still games that I believe gamers, especially gamers, because we classify ourselves to be in a genre where all we do in our exorbitant spare time is try to play something. There are games that should be played. Super Mario Brothers. At some point, you need to play a Super Mario 3, or Super Mario World.
So how is it fair then to rip on someone for not playing a game? Oh, you never played that game? Dude, what's wrong with you? When you know then that physically he can't do all the games you've played, so why?
It's sarcasm. It's hyped sarcasm.
And it's not so much us ripping like what are you doing with your life? It's, hey, here's a game. You should get to it eventually. At one point, you should get to this game.
It just feels a little hipstery to me to be like, oh, you haven't played that game. You ever seen Flowers for Algernon, the movie? Like, what's wrong with you? Like,
you're totally guilty of it too.
I didn't say that I wasn't. I'm just saying it's wrong, and maybe I'm a hypocrite for that.
Yeah, yes, you are.
Well, everyone grows and changes.
Wag.
Long-time listeners, you'll know what that means. If not, go back and listen to episode 1, 2, and 3, and hopefully you can endure the audio quality. We apologize. we've grown a lot. All right, guys. Well, that's our thought about must-play titles. Let us know what you thought about games that should be played or must be played, and if that's still the case, has that changed or was it ever a thing? You can reach out to us, contact at scspodcast.net, or on Twitter at Super Co-op Squad, or on Tumblr or on Facebook at Super Co-op Squad. All the links for those social media sites will be available in the details and description of this episode. All right, guys. So speedrun. Every week we'll break down 10 news stories and fun facts that didn't quite make the list for a full segment. We've got 1 minute per topic, finished or not. Gotta go fast in the speedrun. Pokemon Go has new features and updates that make some drastic changes, including new items, new uses for Pokemon gyms, and new battling modes called raids and more.
Don't care.
Too little, too late.
Too little, too late, but this is cool. And I just think, gosh, if you would have rolled this out back when your game was still hotness, I'd be all over this. I would have never fallen off, but I fell off because it's too late, and I don't care. But yeah, I mean, this is gonna be the most padded minute we've ever had because we all feel exactly the same.
So Pokemon, remember Pokemon? Pokemon was fun. Remember waking up as a kid and going to school and watching Pokemon?
7 a.m.
I remember playing Pokemon like on my original Game Boy and didn't have any color, any light, like a backlight. So I had to get one of those lights you plug into that.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, you got the worms?
Yeah,
You got
that
the light
worm thing that like it was like a book light that you put on your Game Boy to play in the dark.
No. I had that monstrosity that you have to flip open with the speakers. It had a magnifying glass.
I had one of those.
Yeah. I forgot what it was called.
I wasn't cool enough for those. You know, at the nighttime driving home, sun's down, and I got my Game Boy and putting up at the high end of the back room.
Next, Resident Evil 2 is getting remade, but the original voice actors are getting recast as the Capcom is choosing as Capcom is choosing to use non-union voice actors for the game.
You should have left it as the Capcom
As
because
the
they're making this
Capcom.
kind of decision. That's saddening.
It's tough. I don't like that they're just gonna go with a different way to avoid, SAG and not SAG. I forgot what they call it.
Leon.
No,
I know what you're talking about,
the voice actor guild. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
VAG. Badge?
This is
No,
honestly
no.
this is a scumbag move from you, Capcom. Like really, it's a scumbag move. People work hard in this
They
industry,
really do.
and they get paid well. I'm not gonna say they don't. They get paid pretty good dang money, but that doesn't mean that you get to just scalp them. So
Yeah, so look forward to listening to is Jolyn RE2? I think so.
No, it's Claire.
Claire, that's what it is. Get over here, Claire.
I'm coming, Leon.
Is there a specific reason why they chose non-union? Is there something with the union they don't want to
they
be a part
wouldn't
of?
so they wouldn't have to deal with any of the voice actors in the voice act. Next,
Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
there you go.
Because I'm doing it for you guys.
No, you slipped up. That's
No.
okay.
Shut up. Dragon Ball Fighters has confirmed its 7th character to the roster, Trunks. Johnny likes to call him the pink-haired fighter, but whatever. Trunks will join Goku, Gohan, Frieza, Cell, Majin Buu, and Vegeta. This is more or less, younger future Trunks, as in Dragon Ball Z Saga, not the Super Saga.
Right.
Badass Trunks.
Yes.
So do you think that they're gonna have like one of those 58, 65 character rosters that some of the Budokai Tenkaichi games have had, or is it gonna be a smaller roster?
I believe it's going to be a smaller, maybe 30, 25 to 30.
30's still a lot.
Yeah, it's a
It is,
3v3, but
not compared
50.
to the 60.
Yeah, there's no
Budokai.
way. I think you got to kind of
Budokai
condense
Tenkaichi
it
3.
down. I think you'll have some good core characters, and I think that it'll be fun because too many characters, I think, in this type of game, stop laughing, is too much. For me, what? Okay, whatever. You have to have PyCon. Like, I want PyCon in this game. For anyone that knows what PyCon-
Was that the little boy Dragon Ball GT?
No, PyCon is the Namekian. I don't know,
Oh, okay.
not Namekian. He looks like a Namekian. He fights Goku in before Boo.
Next.
The sequel to Jurassic World finally has a title: Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. Life finds a way. Again.
Okay, that life finds a way part is not part of the title?
No, it's not.
Okay.
That was just my joke.
Yes.
So it's just Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom.
I'm looking forward to it. I really enjoyed Jurassic World, and I'm looking forward to seeing Chris Pratt teach more dinosaurs how to do stuff.
Yeah, I like Jurassic World. I mean, it's still no Jurassic Park 1, but it was a very good film. I won't lie, it was very good. I don't know what else they can do with dinosaurs, so I feel like we're kind of running the gamut here on things to do.
There was another secret
more
island.
dinosaurs.
Yeah, but I mean,
Dinosaurs have been here the whole time. They fought the Nazis back in World War II.
Jurassic World versus Planet of the Apes.
I don't think that could happen. I
Planet
think
of
they're
the
different. Aren't they different? I think they're different companies.
Nah,
there.
dude, just roll with it. Like
No.
War for
if-
the planet
hold on,
of the
if King
dinosaurs.
Kong and Godzilla could have a movie.
They're in the same thing. They're
They
both
weren't. They didn't used
Universal.
to be back before Universal didn't own them. I don't believe
They
in the
do
32
maybe
or
now.
whatever. They do own it now.
Next, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds has sold over 4 million copies in a little over 3 months. The game is technically still in beta and yet to appear as announced on the Xbox One X. Could this be a potential 2017 rival to Call of Duty?
No.
I think absolutely it can. This game is picking up massive amounts of steam.
It's
See what I
picking
did
up
there?
and Call of Duty has been dipping.
Yeah.
Call of Duty's still not out yet. So if you get both these games that come out at the same time, I think people would flock to Call of Duty because that's what they know as their yearly franchise.
Yeah, this specifically says PlayerUnknown. so you don't know if you're a player.
Right, and then wow. So I mean, also think about the fact that this game is on Steam as early access, still in beta, and it's mostly word of mouth, no marketing. When this comes to Xbox One and eventually PS4, it's gonna freaking kill.
Yeah, people love these games.
Well,
we will see. That will be something that Player Unknown would really like feed off of.
you just like saying Player Unknown.
That's the guy's name.
I know that, but you like
I
saying
don't know his actual name. These Battlegrounds. I guess I'll call him Tom Clancy now.
Throw in a
'cause, like,
name.
next.
But in preparation for the upcoming Destiny 2. Well, I mean, yeah, it's gotta happen.
I don't see why that has to happen. Just leave it there and move on.
It's time to work on Destiny 2 now.
Yeah,
Yeah, so don't remove like the Trial of Osiris.
People have. Well, no, that's not getting removed.
It is getting removed.
No, like
live events, like new content.
Yes.
I am fairly certain they are literally pulling out some of the raids.
No, raids are not live events.
Aren't they built into the game?
Okay, then I thought very differently about.
You didn't play
these.
Destiny very long.
What are you talking about? I maxed out a character in every expansion.
No, that's not what the live event is. What is it called? When like ships come by and you gotta defend stuff.
Oh,
and-
okay.
and that big kind of public thing.
Okay.
But no, pull the people working on that. It's time to work on Destiny 2. Make sure that you have a much better launch than Destiny 1. You know, have people working on content for this game now.
Yeah, and how many people are going to be still playing Destiny 1 when Destiny 2 comes out? Assuming Destiny 2 is not bad.
Modern Warfare Remastered is confirmed as a standalone purchase available late June on PS4, with other consoles receiving the title at a later date.
You know what sucks about this? Players that don't want to put in the Infinite Warfare disc have to spend $40.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to spend an extra 20, I think, to get the game.
No. I mean, pretty much. Either way, whether you bought it when it came out with Advanced Warfare or you didn't, I think you had to spend $80 for one of the Either way, they're making you spend money for this.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but
I see your point though. It's less money if you'd got it in the beginning.
I suppose.
Because it's gonna be $40 now. Versus
Yeah.
$20 then.
Yeah, but it's not technically $20. You're spending 80. It's coming with
Yeah.
Advanced
yeah,
Warfare.
okay.
You get an Advanced Warfare.
I see your point. Yeah, it's not that you're getting. You're right. It's not that you're paying 20. You're really
You ain't
paying
saving
80.
dick.
We all knew this was going to come out on a standalone.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, there's a lot of people that still love this game, still play it.
I still have not. Next! When asked if his Joker would appear in the Gotham City Siren movie, Jared Leto stated he can neither confirm or deny, but that there are a lot of moving parts.
So yes.
I think this is cool. I enjoyed Suicide Squad, and to see a Gotham City Sirens movie, Poison Ivy, Catwoman, Harley.
See, I did not enjoy Suicide Squad. It was one of the worst plots I've seen. It was a bad plot, bro.
No, I'm not gonna argue that. The
It was still fun.
The second half of that movie was not good.
Yeah, it was bad. So I don't know how you can say you enjoy it. But
I-
that's neither here nor there.
I
We'll agree to
enjoyed the
disagree.
characters.
But I don't know about his Joker as far as him being a good Joker. I haven't seen enough. Like,
Yeah,
he's barely in Suicide
He
Squad.
recorded a lot.
He's barely. He's
no
barely,
one saw it.
Barely going to be in this
Gotham
other
City
movie. I don't
Sirens?
think he's going to be in there very much, if anything.
We'll see.
I mean, I guess the only time we'll really see Jared Leto be able to be Joker is probably the Batman solo film.
Or in the trailers. That's it. Let's get
yeah.
the trailers.
That's
Yeah.
all the screen time you get.
I think he's actually pretty good. It's a different take, but I would like to see more of it. So WB, please allow me. Next.
Hey, guess what, everybody? Fidget spinners have taken over Amazon. Fidget Spinner is taking 12 of the best-selling toy slots in the online superstore. So you're saying they're taking 12 individual
So
slots?
yeah, so different
Those are
fidget
different
spinners out of
time.
the top 20 best-selling toys on Amazon over the month of April and June. Fidget spinners had 12 of the top 20 spots.
Oh yeah, because there's like the spinners, and then there's like the fidget cube.
Then there's
Well,
no. There's fidget spinner. Then there's like tie-dye fidget spinners, metallic fidget
There's
spinners,
fidget spinners that glow in the dark. Fidget
dual
spinners.
fidget spinners.
Yeah, fidget
I
spinners.
saw a fidget spinner with a Bluetooth in it.
What does that do?
You hook
Play
up your
music.
phone to it. And you play music while you spin the goddamn thing.
Yeah, that's a true thing. I see videos all over online that are like people are making fidget spinners out of like chains and freaking zip ties and
What do you do with these things?
Honestly,
I don't get it.
We're just getting old. That's
we
all,
are.
That's all
we
there
are.
is to it.
And I think that's why a lot of kids gravitate
Just
to
let
it,
them
is
have
because the older generation doesn't get
Yeah,
it.
let them have their stupid thing. We had Pogs. Let them have fidget spinners.
I understand it actually does have therapeutic. Damn it. Next.
Sonic Mania will have a purchasable vinyl album available for pre-order in July. Priced at $29.99, the vinyl will feature select music from the game. The purchase will also include a download code for more common audio formats.
That's dope.
Sweet.
I'm not gonna get it though.
What?
Neither will I.
I don't have a vinyl player.
Same here.
True. Yeah, but it comes with other common audio formats.
I'm sure I can buy that on iTunes.
Yeah,
I'm sure I could just
probably.
have it on YouTube.
Speaking of Sonic apparel, what did you think of those Converse? Or were they Vans?
I don't know what they were. They were slippers. They were cool to look at, but they also
they
looked,
weren't slippers. They were like those Converse. It's not. They weren't house shoes. You know.
I would not buy them.
Okay. I thought they looked pretty cool. The Sonic shoes. I don't know if you
Not the vinyl?
No. Well, the vinyl's cool too, but yeah, I mean, most people don't have a vinyl player.
I like how this minute got taken over by Converse shoes.
Well, I
it's
mean,
Sonic
what were we gonna do?
Yeah.
Talk about records and how no one's got them
Yeah.
Sounds good.
for a minute?
Or the fact that vinyl sounds much more pristine than any other
It does. It does. It is the optimal way to listen to music,
It
but
really
a lot
is.
of people don't have
Yeah.
vinyl record
Yeah.
players.
Give me
It's
give me
expensive.
Sonic A-Track and I'll buy it.
It's not cheap stuff.
And
All right, guys. Well, that is our speedrun for this week. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you have any topics you want us to talk about in the speedrun next week, feel free to tweet us and we'll make sure to put your thoughts and suggestions in next week's speedrun. All right, guys. So a quick last game. We've got Name the Game coming up. This is the game. This is the game where two go head to head as one host gives hints and clues to get us to guess a certain title. First 1 to 2 is the winner. Best of 3. So
First 1 to 2, best of 3?
Same
What?
thing. Same thing. Best of 3. So I won last week. I'm on a 2-peat, maybe a 3-peat for the first time. I'm up against Garrett. Joshua, you had the pick, sir.
Yes, that is it.
Here we
You
go.
ready to
Ready.
name the game?
okay.
All right, first hint for your first title. You awake in your bed, not realizing that a great adventure awaits you.
Link's Awakening.
No,
Pokemon.
no, those are good choices. Before you know it, you are on a quest to stop a great evil.
Breath of the Wild.
No,
Chrono Trigger.
yes.
Damn.
Okay, Johnny, that's 1. Garrett, that's 0 for you.
Yep.
Game number 2. Oh no, someone or something has kidnapped your girlfriend.
Double Dragon?
No. You jump over obstacles that impede your path.
It is Trixie's. It's Trixie.
Temple Run?
No. Watch out! Fire, you may get burned.
Sonic 06?
No,
Aladdin?
no. Don't lose your hammer.
Super Mario?
No.
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong.
No.
There you go. Jumping over barrels. Watch out for that fire. It's gonna burn you. All right, Garrett, that's 1 for you. The score is 1-1. I'm glad that this is happening because good luck. Third game. Give you a hint already. You run across a secret base when you and your girlfriend go backpacking. Gun shooting robots and soldiers is the name of the game. Not literally.
Metal Slug?
Nope.
Ooh. Ooh.
That's a good guess.
Metal Gear Solid.
Nope. This is an Xbox exclusive game. You run.
Steel Battalion?
Nope.
Shadow
Exclusive.
Complex.
This is Shadow Complex.
I've never played. I don't know anything about that
It's
game.
a
never
great
played Shadow
game.
Complex?
You've never played Shadow Complex.
Yeah, there was nothing you could have said for me to get that one. That sucks.
That's a fun
It's
game.
all right. So Garrett, you're the new champion.
Good job.
I
Time for my
got
3-peat.
one.
Good job, buddy.
I'm stopping all the 3-peats today.
Yeah. He's the Kobe
I
stopper.
really thought you guys were gonna get Donkey Kong earlier.
I couldn't fathom it. I don't know.
So you like those vague to not so vague?
Yeah, that was
answers?
good. That's how.
There
That's
you
how.
go.
It's perfect.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
great job, Garrett. Hopefully, out there you did as well as he did. And if not, too bad. But next week we'll be back at it. Let us know if you've got any themes you want us to use or games for next week's Name the Game. So, listener mail. We've got email from Darren who has some interesting ideas based upon our listener question from last week, which was if you could take over the entire life of one superhero, everything about him, good or bad, not just his powers, but his actual life, which character would you pick? So Garrett, let us know what Darren says.
Darren says, I would love to be Green Lantern. Hal Jordan or Jon Stewart, never that dipstick Guy Gardner. Being able to see the stars and fight space sharks and space pirates and evil space aliens in outer space? Sign me up.
There's a lot of space there, Darren. Also, just to be fair, Guy Gardner in recent comics is way better than he was. Give him a chance.
I mean, he now, yeah, but
I would
Guy
only-
Gardner will always be Guy Gardner.
I would only argue that you haven't read like current Green
Okay, you
Lantern
keep saying that, but
because
I mean,
he's a badass now.
no, okay,
But I would still
Alright,
pick Hal
no.
or John.
I get it. You're the comic guy. I can't know anything about comics as Johnny's
All
here.
right. Well, you don't read any of them. You don't read them. Sorry to
Anyway.
shoot you down.
Anyway,
All right. Well, I don't know if I'd be a Green Lantern, but that is cool being out in space. That's cool. I don't have anything more to say about that. Space is awesome.
space is awesome.
Got power ring.
Yeah, being
lantern ring.
able to construct anything that you can think of.
You better have some strong self-esteem, though, bro, because if not, that ring falters, you're dead.
Well,
What?
the ring wouldn't have chose you then.
I mean, even Hal Jordan, the ring has, messed up on him. So it shows him.
Watch out for bananas.
Yeah.
Stop. No, that was old Green Lantern. That's not the case anymore. He's not weak to the color yellow.
Technically, not the color yellow, but sorta. I mean, the Sinestro Corpse is yellow.
Yes, but not because
Not
he's
because
not
it's
weak to them
yellow.
because they're
Yeah.
yellow.
That's true.
He's weak to cowards.
Ah,
All right, so we got
Yeah.
electronic mail number 2.
well, what about our choices?
Oh, well.
Well,
he
this is another one,
Yeah,
and then we go
another
back.
one.
Oh, okay,
So,
Mobby.
electronic mail number 2, Joshua, read that out for us, please.
I apologize if I'm butchering this. Is it Mallory?
That's right.
Yeah, there's no other way to say that. There's literally no
There-
other way to say that.
There is, and I don't want to butcher it.
Mallory?
Mallory.
Yeah,
Mallory.
there's a few ways. Okay. Mallory says, what kind of question is this? Always be yourself. Unless you can be Batman. Then be Batman. Always be Batman.
You make valid argument. I mean, I can't dispute that.
Can't fight that.
Yeah. He holds up in court in my book.
Well,
There you go.
I assume we all have to change our answers now.
Which version of Batman would you be? 66 Batman? Animated series Batman? Batman Beyond Batman?
Beyond for sure.
I would be Batman Beyond. Yep,
Yeah.
I would be Terry McGinnis.
Terry McGinnis is badass.
No, you would be
no, you
old
guys
man
are old
Batman.
Bruce Wayne.
Wow.
Old Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
You guys are jerks.
Old man Batman and Batman Beyond.
All right, so what characters would we pick?
Let's see, to just take over and live as them. You know what? The road would be tough, but I think I'd like to be Beast.
Interesting choice.
Like in Transformers or in...
Is there a Beast
Wait,
in
what about in
Transformers?
Transformers?
Is there a
No,
Beast?
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I was thinking Beast Wars.
Beast Wars. That's it. No, but I like Beast. I like he's much more. He's intelligent. He's jumping all over the place, hanging off of
He's blue.
stuff, and for the most part, because of his condition, being
That's interesting that the thing that you enjoy the most is not having to deal with other people by staying inside.
and play video games.
But, okay.
That's all I would do.
That's not what he does, though. You're taking over his whole life. He is a scientist all
No,
day.
I don't have to do what he does. I'm in his body now.
No, you have to live his
You have
life
to
like
embody
it's his life.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He works all day long.
Oh, that's lame.
He's got no time for games.
Oh,
So you reap what you sow.
guess
You
I'm stuck being a scientist video gamer.
you don't play games.
I'll make them.
You made your bed now. You made your scientific bed. Now lie in it.
Yeah. Quick question. In the comics, is he always like blue? Beast versus
Yes.
like in Days of Future Past where he's like human and then he can
That's
turn into Beast?
stupid.
I'm
Yeah.
afraid to answer now because Garrett got mad at me earlier and telling me I always know I'm right because I'm the comic
Well,
guy.
I already answered for him.
But
He's
you're
always
wrong.
blue.
But you're wrong.
He goes back.
No. So he could change it, but because he turned blue, he was no longer able to do so. Like once he couldn't revert himself, but he continuously keeps changing. So he stopped his progression. So you think of Beast as like he looks like kind of like a beast with hair. Later he becomes like a cat, like a feline kind of thing, and all kinds of stuff like that because his body is continuously
To mutate.
mutating. He stops the mutation. Later, his younger self comes from the past and meets his future self, and he helps his younger self not have to continue to evolve. So his younger self, who's in his time alongside of him, is a human. There you go.
I can't know anything because.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I wasn't going to say anything.
Okay, so I thought quite a bit, and then there's a lot of answers in there, but I guess what I default back to. You know what I defaulted back to?
Probably,
Mega Man.
yeah, probably something like Mega Man or
No.
a Dragon Ball Z character.
Yep, not Mega.
But of course, it's going to be Trunks.
I'm not going to be Trunks.
He's gonna be Goku and not be
Vegeta?
a
I'm
father.
Gonna be as much as I would want to be Vegeta, I am going to be Goku because not only is he overall the strongest and almost any type of arc. And he, as you pointed out, it's easier for him to make a progression because of just he's gifted. He can eat so much in such a little time.
Wow.
I love that. For like, I don't eat a terrible amount of food, but certain thing, like I love steak. And I can eat a 20-pound steak, 20-ounce steak like anytime. And for that man to eat that much rice and ramen and like meat and anything else, I would be happy if I could eat that much and like not be overly like pregnated by all that food.
It's very interesting that both of you chose your characters on something not to do with them at all. You want to be antisocial, Garrett, and you want to eat all day.
That was the second option that I chose as a backup. Did you not hear the whole first part about?
I heard it. Yeah, you're right. Okay, fair enough. I apologize.
Yeah, and then just being able to fight and project. Like, if I had the time to go go run, do track and stuff like, I would love to, but I don't. So to be able to fight and train all day, every day as like a passion, that'd be great.
So mine's gonna be kind of meta because you guys aren't gonna know who this is.
Commander Shepard.
Invincible.
No, he's not a hero. Invincible would have been my second choice, but yes, Invincible is an awesome comic. If you haven't heard of Invincible, it's by Robert Kirkman, who is the Walking Dead creator.
Mhm.
It's an Image comic book. But no, it is from the anime My Hero Academia.
I know what it is.
Alt-Might? Ultramite?
His name is All Might. I'm not talking about All Might.
I'm so close to watching that show.
Really?
I've heard it gets
first
progressively
episode.
better.
Joshua, please watch it.
I watched
It's not. I wouldn't say it's
first
must see, but
episode.
it's so good. It's so good. Please
Oh,
watch
I would
it.
hope you would say it's must see, because then
I got
we could
no
have proven a point.
credit for. I mean, I watched the first 2 episodes.
There's no point to tell you to watch anything. You're gonna say something like, "I'll get to it." So I don't even. I'm not even gonna waste my time saying Garrett watch it.
I will get to it.
I like in my heart. I feel like if I asked Joshua to watch something, he would legitimately watch it, and I feel you won't. So I don't even ask you
Yeah.
anymore.
that's not
all I
fair.
have to do is turn on that switch.
Prove me wrong. Thank you. Prove me wrong, Garrett. Prove me wrong.
I just watched the first 2 episodes.
That's not watching the show though.
I
but-
took interest.
But my character, I would be Bakugo. Bakugo has the ability where his sweat and like his glands create nitroglycerin that he can explode.
You see that dick?
He's kind of a hot tempered guy. He's kind of a hot tempered guy, and I like that. The cool way he ends
So
up using,
Raphael.
kind of is the cool way he uses his like explosion is sick. I really like his power because really though, you think of it, it's just kind of I blow things up, but he uses it for like maneuvering and all these cool aspects that you really don't think about to begin with. So that'd be my character, Bakugo from My Hero Academia. All right, guys,
Let it rip.
that this is not Beyblade. Wow. All right,
I
guys,
was thinking Bakugan. Damn it.
yeah, wrong thing. Thank you for the emails, Darren, Mallory. We appreciate them. Next week's listener question.
I believe I have an interesting one.
All right, go ahead.
Favorite music from a fighting game. I am banning Smash Brothers. None of
Wow.
that.
You're a jerk.
No, yeah, because we all just pick Smash Brothers.
You're a jerk. I know. You're a jerk. I know.
So, curious to hear what your favorite fighting game, specifically fighting game, music is.
All right, there we go. That's next week's listener question.
He banned the whole Nintendo catalog.
Pretty much, right? That's unfair. Feel free to or email us, guys. Let us know what your favorite fighting game is. I guess for you guys, it can't be banned. Smash Brothers can't be banned, but for us, it's banned. So pick whatever you want. Garrett can't force you to do anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Garrett ain't the boss of you guys. So reach out to us, contact at scspodcast.net, and let us know what your favorite fighting game theme song or soundtrack is. Passing the controller, what's going on with us outside the world of the podcast?
How's that guitar doing?
Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
I'm just spinning the whammy bar in circles. That's all I'm doing.
Damn.
Well, that's all you gave me.
I forgot to tell you.
It probably didn't even have like a
wrist
neck strap.
Nope,
so.
it didn't. It sure did not. I was just going to tell you, if you had one, I'm like, no, I didn't give you one. You had to go buy it third party.
So for me this week, I saw Transformers. You guys already knew that. Other than that, I'm playing a lot of speedrunners, enjoying that game. Next Machina is so fun, Joshua.
You bought it?
Yeah, I bought it.
Oh, man.
God, it was $20. It hurt my soul to buy that game.
It's
It's a
so good,
Good
though.
game,
But
though.
it's $20. I got Resogun for free.
Yeah.
This
well,
isn't Resogun,
I
yeah,
know,
though.
and this is also
I
not
know.
the launch of a system.
I know. But yeah, Next Machina is an excellent game. I'm sure someone else is going to talk about it, so I won't
This
spend
guy's
too much
complaining
time.
you have to spend money on the game.
It's
a good game.
I kind of am. I'm a miser, man. But I like it a lot. I especially like that there's local co-op. That's amazing.
I have not done that yet because I
You don't
I don't
a
have
local
anyone to
co-op,
play
yeah.
with.
Oh, sad face.
Yeah.
Sad face.
would kill you guys.
Good.
Get rid of your
That's-
side chick phone. So
Cause
yeah,
that's Bay.
that would be me. Garrett, you a controller.
Damn, that was quick.
As I told you, Joshua, whatever you unleash on me Garrett gets tenfold
I was kind of hoping he'd forget.
next week.
Jerk.
Nope.
Jerk.
Garrett, you get an Xbox 360 controller,
Okay.
Yep.
and it is literally covered
Cheetos.
with disgusting Cheeto residue
That's gross.
from head to toe. It's just caked into the buttons, like where like the A, B, X, Y buttons are. It's caked into all the cracks all around it. The top of the right bumper, gross. Even the ports for like where you put your controller, like to put the
Playing
headset.
charge kit.
It's all just
Yeah,
like
dude.
mushed in there too. The battery pack, you can put some batteries in. It's got mushed up Cheeto residue in there as well. That's your controller.
Did this come from Chester Cheetah?
Nope, it came from some disgusting mouth breather lived in his basement or her basement. Although I don't want to,
Yeah, don't discriminate.
Yeah, don't.
Women can be disgusting too.
Yeah, that's true. And they're just living down there. They don't shower very often. They just eat Cheetos with their dirty hands. That's your control. They gave it to you. They gave it to me to give to you.
All right, I'm gonna set that down right there, and I'm gonna go to playing my Switch because I'm
Nice. Nice. Yeah, you don't have to use that controller.
He has to use that controller.
playing more Zelda. Fought my first Divine Beast. I'm a pretty Link now.
Nice.
I'm a pretty Link.
You're in that cosplay outfit.
I'm in that cosplay
Cosplaying
outfit.
a
I'm
Gerudo girl.
cosplaying. So that's a lot of fun. Injustice, still kicking ass in that. Loving that they started doing a multiverse that shows up every now and then where it's fight a boss character with two assists. And you get either a platinum or a diamond box, which is awesome there, and then you get an ability. One of the hardest things to get, for me anyway, in Injustice is an ability. Especially a good for Catwoman, and then obviously I want the Staff of Grayson, so I can flip my Robin into the Nightwing from Injustice 1. So waiting to get either of those. But yeah, that's been me. Unfortunately, I've kind of tapered off Overwatch. Not that it's a bad game. It got a new map actually, but I'm having too much fun with Zelda and Injustice right now. I will be getting back to Injustice eventually. Sorry, Overwatch eventually, but that is not now. Joshua. Last week I gave you a Nintendo Pro controller for the Switch.
Yes, you did. Battery life is still going.
Battery life's still going. It says Josh on it, but secret message.
I'm using the right thumbstick.
I will now give you a new controller for you to use this week.
Oh, another new controller.
Yes, another new controller.
No more engraving.
So no, I will no longer engrave your controller.
That's very kind of you, sir.
He could also back out of it, what he's saying, so I'm not holding my breath yet.
Let's see. Controller. It's always tough for me because I always play with the same three things. Oh, I'm not going to do that to you, but it hasn't been done yet. I'm going to get you a, what was it? A Steam controller. There was a specific controller from Steam, I want to say. No, it wasn't Steam. Anyway, I'm going to get you a Steam controller.
Cool.
Play Steam games with the Steam
like
controller.
Like a Steam PC. Not like those videos where someone's like cooking air.
No, now I decided it's steampunk. It's a steampunk design.
Ooh.
Yeah, steampunk for your for GameCube.
Sweet.
Yep, never been made. Probably never will be either.
Play Dishonored on my GameCube. All right. So this week, I'm going to get to Next Machina in a second. I have been catching up on some of the fighting games. Injustice tournaments I'm catching up on. Street Fighter tournaments I'm catching up on. EVO is 3 weeks away. Not only am I going, but I'm also competing.
Nice.
I'm not.
Do you know what you're competing in?
I chose Smash 4 and Street Fighter. I chose not to do Marvel versus Capcom.
I just
3.
want to point out that I'm very excited to see what you do at Smash. You've come a long way from the player you were a year ago.
Thanks. And I got demolished by Garrett before today, so I'm not even happy about my gameplay today. But thanks.
We all have off
I did
days.
okay last year. All 3 games I lost by like a very small margin. Games that I should have won. So I'm curious to see what type of. I've picked up quite a few characters since last year, so I don't even know who I'm going to main. But we'll see about that. I went. Frank's birthday was a couple days ago. If you guys don't already know, he already has a second baby.
Congrats, Frank.
Baby Sebastian. I saw him for the first time. He's 3 months old now, just a little under Grayson.
That's awesome,
adorable
man.
little baby boy.
That's cool.
Korean barbecue yesterday. Night. I ate so much damn food.
Korean barbecues are great.
Yes, they are. This is a place in, I think, Fullerton, out here in California, I think it's called King's Barbecue.
It's always fun putting the meat on the grill and like just grilling it.
You cook it yourself.
Yeah.
The problem is the first time you put food on there, because Look, we had a group of like 15 people, and we're all like separated by like a long table. And there's always usually 4 people per table, but the amount of food they bring out the first time is usually brisket and like something else, and that usually is not enough for 4 people. It's usually at an amount for 3. So rather than me getting a little bit, I always sit out the first round because everyone else is still eating, and then I bring it on the second round. So that first little bit, I'm always like, but it was really good food. It was fun. This is the first time in a long time where I've ate so much the next morning. I don't want to eat, but my body's like, you have to eat something, and I'm just stuck in a predicament. I'm in a pickle. Do I eat or do I not eat? And
you chose to eat.
I don't remember eating.
Okay.
Oh, we had a meeting this morning, so I had like a donut, and then that was it.
Powdered?
Yeah. So take the next couple of minutes, talk about... No, it was not powder.
Why you lying to me?
Next Machina. Man, was I hyped for that game? I wish I could replay it now. Never have played it before, because now I've played so much of this damn game. So, Garrett, you said you haven't picked it up yet.
Not yet, unfortunately.
I think you'll eventually get to it, or you'll play like on one of our consoles. This is so much fun. It's a very frantic, fast-paced twin stick shooter.
Yeah,
it's very colorful.
I don't know if you guys remember, but we all played it already at PSX. I'm aware of how great the game is.
I don't know if there's a demo on it, but if there's a demo, download and play the demo.
No, they don't do demos anymore.
It's PS4 and Steam, though. It's not on Xbox.
Why haven't you bought it then?
Because I have Zelda.
He's on that Zelda hype. So
I'm late.
What I don't like about the game, there's not enough content, which usually you don't see in an arcade type of game or a twin stick shooter. You have 6 to 6.5 different stages. There are different, I guess, unlockables. You can earn coins in certain events to buy a couple skins or like a couple different armor pieces, and you can change the color of your weapon blasts. I don't know if you ran into that yet, Johnny. You can change, like, you start out with, I think, blue, but then you can change it to pink, yellow, green, and whatnot.
I haven't seen that yet.
So you can do that, and then there's other challenges, and then there's all these little, like, what's the word I'm looking for? They're not really trials, but they're like, help me out here.
Shrines.
No. Challenges. The word I'm looking for is challenges, where beat this level in this amount of time, or beat this, save all the humans, or stuff like that. So there's that. But, the replay value is there. There are 6 different difficulties, I think. I forgot to look at the timer. I've probably put almost 30 hours into this game since last Tuesday.
That's crazy.
Damn.
The first day I played a good 10, 12 hours. This game is fun, and the challenge ramps up very, very hard later. So I'm probably gonna play this for another week or so to try to beat this game on the hardest difficulty, which is freaking hard, man. But it's all about memorization and really skill based, and there's a lot of little secrets, secret exits, secret humans to find, and I like that there's that path where it's like, here you can go here, but then there's these little secrets you can find to expand that gameplay. Yeah, and the music is awesome in this game. Love it.
I will get to it as soon as I can.
It's so much fun. I've burnt out some sleep on this game, and I suffered today for it. All right, Johnny, you're not gonna like what I'm gonna give you today.
Just remember that every time you do this, Garrett's getting it worse.
Again, that has nothing to do with me.
It does. If I'm telling you that you hurt me, I'm gonna hurt someone else. Don't hurt me.
That has nothing to do with me. That's you just being finicky and selfish. It's
called vengeance.
You take it out on me. You don't take it out on somebody else.
He's getting it.
Well, you're just an evil doer. You're an evil person.
You guys already know I'm the evil one.
You were a dick.
You guys knew that too.
Johnny.
Sorry, Garrett. I'm not doing this on purpose.
Yes, you are. You are clearly doing this on purpose. Again, you can flip the rotation.
Ask him not to hurt me. That's all you got to do, and then what happened to you?
I'm going to be devil's advocate.
All you have to do is flip the rotation. That's all you got to do.
Garrett's asking you, please don't hurt it.
He's asking you. He's not asking me. He's asking you. Don't hurt him.
Wasn't.
Devil's advocate.
You're asking me?
In the middle here. Maybe I was asking both of you.
What are you giving me so I can hurry up and divide?
You're being a little stingy about telling us that we can't tell people how great a game is and you must play. You're gonna get a worn out PS2 controller. The analog sticks are worn off. The start button is ripped off. One of the triggers doesn't work, and it's a PS2 roach infested system.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
The fat PS2.
I remember next week, Garrett.
The front of the disc tray fell off.
You can't give me a console, dude. Just a controller.
It's a controller that comes with the
That's
console.
not how this works.
It is for me.
Passing the console.
It is a wired controller. It has to be connected to something, so it's all one piece.
Just like Garrett said, this is literally called passing the controller.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know
passing
the
the
system
console.
Borrow the console.
Alright,
fine.
I gave you a controller that comes with the system.
All right, fine. There's mine. Garrett, be prepared next week. All right. All right, guys. Well, that is our show for this week. We appreciate you stopping by and checking out our podcast.
Your
like
laser
you do,
disc reader doesn't work.
like you do every week. Feel free to reach out to us. Contact at sespodcast.net and let us know what you thought of today's show. If you had anything that you felt differently on or wanted to support us on, feel free to let us know. We always like hearing from you guys. Other than that, guys, you can reach us individually. You can find me on Twitter at JohnnyMac24.
You can reach me at GJL3275. That's on
And
Twitter.
You can reach me at Joshua_4_life.
All right, guys. And as always, thank you for listening. I'm Johnny Mac.
Autobots, roll out.
And I'm Joshua.